Okay, so for multiplying decimals, what we're going to do here is we're going to have 1, and then I have 2 and 3. So let's go ahead and convert them first. I have 46.2, but once again, we're not putting the decimals in. And then I have 0, 2, 3. And we're just going to multiply like we usually do. So starting off with this number 3, I'm going to multiply to each number going from right to left. So 3 times 2 gives you 6. 3 times 6 gives you 18, but I am going to carry that 1 in front of that 8 or the number 18 because I can't fit all of 18. And then 3 times 4 gives you 12, plus that 1 gives you 13. Now I'm ready for number 2. So 2 times 4, and because we are multiplying, I have to make sure I leave that little space on the right, so we just keep pushing our numbers to the left, one space at a time. So 2 times 2 gives you 4. 2 times 6 gives you 12. Once again, I still have one more number to multiply, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 from this time. And then 2 times 4 gives you 8, plus that 9. And because that last number is going to be a 0, I don't necessarily have to multiply it just because it's going to be 0. So I don't necessarily have to multiply. Alright, so now we go ahead and add. So I have 6 plus 0, that gives you 6. 8 plus 4 gives you that 12. I carry that 1. 3 plus 2, which is 5, but because I carried that 1 from the 12, that gives you 6. And 9 plus 1 gives you 10. Okay, now we did count 3 different decimal placements, so I need to make sure I count 1, 2, 3. So my final answer here is 10.626. All right, moving on to the next question. So I have, once again, I'm not really using my decimal placements right now. I'm just looking at how many I have to begin with, but making them into whole numbers. So if I have 7.25, I now have 725. I'm just getting rid of those decimals. And I do have 3.9, but in reality I have 39. Now I did align it to the right side instead of doing it under the 72. You want to make sure you're always aligning to the farthest right. So we go ahead and multiply again. First I start off with the 9, and I want to make sure I multiply every number at the top with the 9. So first 9 times 5 gives you 45. I bring down the 5 and carry the 4. Now I have 9 times 2, which gives you 18. And then you add the 4, and that gives you 22, which once again I put the 2, but carry the 2 over. And now I have 9 times 7, which gives you 63, plus the 2, which gives you 65. Now we move on to the 3. 3 times 5 gives you 15. I bring down the 5, but once again, I bring over the 1. 3 times 2 gives you 6, but once again I carried over that 1, so that gives me 7. And 3 times 7 gives you 21, and I am allowed to put the full 21. Alright, from here, all I have to do is add all of these to each other. So 5 plus 0 does give you 5. 2 plus 5 gives you 7. 7 plus 5 does give you 12, but I'm going to go ahead and carry that 1 over to the other side. So I have 1 plus 6 plus 1, and that gives you 8. And since there's nothing for me to add the 2 to, I just bring that over. We're done. Now once again, we counted 1, 2, and 3 decimal placements, so I need to make sure I count from the right 1, 2, 3. So my final answer here is 28.275. Now these last two examples, you guys feel free if you guys want to do those on your own. I'll go ahead and put the answers on those. I have 1.6 times 0.54. That would give you 0.864. and the other one, which is 61.6 times 0.73, and that should give you 44.968. Lastly, you are going to see negatives and positives. Just make sure that you are following the integer rules for multiplication. What that means is if you multiply two negatives to each other, that gives you a positive. Or if you multiply a negative times a positive, that's going to give you a negative, okay? So you can use those tools to help you out. We also did that kind of like tic-tac-toe one that kind of looks like just a bunch of positives and negatives. So I think this is the easiest tactic to kind of use for positive and negatives, or just memorizing the rules.